All right. I think I'm live. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna check my phone because for a minute, this is like the fourth time that I've tried to go live on here, and it's just giving me all kinds of problems. And then it looks like I was live, and I didn't know that I was live, and I look like a dork. So, hey, you know, it happens. So good to see everybody. Let me double check. Do I see myself? Am I live in the group? Am I live? All right. I am I live? Okay. Happy Monday again. If you are in the Northeast, I hope you I have not lost power. I know there's a big storm there. And so if you don't know who I am, you're new to my world. I'm Cindy Baker. And I apologize for coming on later than I said I would. I've actually been here, but there have been tech issues on my end, and so um, glad everything is working now. I'm a productivity coach, and I empower people to overcome overwhelm and manage their focus so they can grow their businesses, meet their goals without, burnout. Um, and today we are talking about something that almost every high achieving, driven, ambitious person struggles with, and that is underestimating how long everything takes. So if you have ever done that, put that in the chat. If you're watching the replay, communicate in the chat as well. Let me know. Um, but if you've ever ended the day thinking, where did all the time go? Or why am I so behind again? This is for you. Um, it's not about laziness. It's not a lack of discipline. It's not about you being bad at time management. It's about how your brain predicts time and how we can work with it instead of against it. And so that's what we're talking about. So let's kind of walk through the cycle. You look at something and you think, this will take 30 minutes. And it ends up taking 90 minutes. And now you're behind. Now you feel rushed. Now you feel frustrated. And instead of adjusting the system, you blame yourself. Then what do? You That's right. You overpack tomorrow to make up for it, right? And the cycle repeats. And there's actually a psychological term for this. It's called the planning fallacy. It's our brain's tendency to underestimate how long tasks will take. Even when we have past evidence that they take longer, your brain imagines the task going perfectly. When you think about it, you're not thinking of interruptions or decision fatigue or unexpected complications. You're just thinking like how long it will take. But that's not real life. It never works like that. And high achievers are especially prone to this because you're optimistic, you think quickly, you're future focused, you're used to figuring things out on the fly. So when you estimate time, you estimate based on best case energy, not real world conditions. And that's pretty common, but that mismatch is what creates that constant feeling of being behind. So here's something that people don't realize. When you estimate a task, you're estimating an ideal energy. You're imagining that you're going to have clear focus, high motivation, no distractions. And you might not even be conscious that that's what you're thinking. But when you actually execute the task in real life, you're tired, you get interrupted, you second guess decisions, you context switch. All these things happen. And so your estimated time is not really matching the real time, you know? And so your estimate and your lived experience don't match. And there are hidden time thieves. Tasks don't take long. It's transitions that take long. Switching between tasks, looking for the right document, trying to find something on your computer amongst all that stuff. You can't remember where you put it, and you want to clarify what you meant to do, and you're dealing with resistance in your brain. You're tweaking things to make them just a little bit better. Going down that internet rabbit hole with just a little more research. And none of that shows up in your original estimate of time. You're not accounting for any of that. But that is really what happens. And so it absolutely does show up in your real day, right? And when you underestimate consistently, you end up overcommitting in your schedule. And then you rush, then quality drops, and then you're exhausted, and then you feel behind. It's not a productivity issue, it's a forecasting issue. And forecasting is a skill that we can fix. When you constantly overcommit your schedule, you end up with chronic overwhelm. And that can even lead to health problems. And so I'm going to give you 4 shifts that will make a big difference in this area. And they're very simple, but they're very powerful. And the first one is triple your estimate. And not double, triple. I know. If you think something will take 30 minutes, assume it will take 60 to 90 minutes. Not because you're slow, not because, you don't know what you're doing, but reality exists. And so build margin on purpose. Margin is what creates calm. Now you can get other stuff done with that extra time, but you need to account for margin. And most people, what they'll do is they'll plan 8 to 12 tasks for a day. And instead, what I tell my clients to do is to choose 3 meaningful priorities a day, just 3. Um, Now, that doesn't mean that that's all you end up doing. But if you complete those 3 important things, then the day is a success, even if you didn't get anything else done. And anything extra is a bonus, not a requirement. And so you want those 3 priorities to be high impact, the important things, things that are going to move the needle in your business or your life. Um, and so when you stop feeling like you're a failure when you don't complete 8 to 12 things, then it shifts the way that you look at time. This changes your relationship with time immediately. If you do the 3 important things, and even if the rest of the day goes crazy, you've had success. It is a game changer. So I encourage you to think about that. Plan fewer tasks. And we spoke of margins, and that is super, super important. Add buffer blocks instead of filling every hour. Build in buffer blocks, time for email overflow, follow-ups, unexpected calls, tasks that ran long. When buffers are planned, surprises stop feeling like failures because you've accounted for the surprises. You don't know what the surprises are going to be or what the interruptions might be, but you've allotted time to account for that so it doesn't throw your whole day off. Create space for the unexpected. And the last thing, and this is really important, and this is my a big challenge to you, is for 1 week, track how long tasks actually take. Data beats guessing. Data is king, right? And this is not to judge yourself, but it's not, you're not trying to micromanage yourself, but you're gathering data so that you can examine it and make changes. Your future self will plan better with evidence than it will with just hoping, optimism. Um, and if you want a tool to help you do this, to do a time audit, just reach out. I'll send you something. But I encourage you um, to track for 1 week and notice the trends and see if you need to make any changes. The goal is not doing more. Better planning is not about cramming more into your day. It's about finishing what actually matters without feeling behind. When you estimate realistically, then you create momentum. And when you create margin, you create calm. And when you have calm, you can think more clearly, you can be creative, you can problem solve, and your stress goes down. You make better decisions. That's how you plan better. That's how you stop underestimating, and that's how you finally feel in control of your time instead of chasing time constantly. So, I hope that you do that this week. I'd love to hear what the results are. If you could come back to this video and put that in the comments, that would be awesome. And if you're watching this on replay, let me know. I did want to take a minute and let you know about something new that's going on this year. And I want to extend a special invitation to you to become a founding member in my new program called Momentum by Design. Now, I still do have a group coaching program. It's awesome. The results are phenomenal. We meet every week on Zoom, and there's a member portal with recorded training. I do live training. There's workshops. It's awesome. But this new program is for people who aren't wanting the full coaching program right now. Maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe um, you're not ready for the time, the financial investment, whatever. Momentum by Design still gets great results, but it's a little lighter. Instead of meeting every week, we meet once a month on Zoom. And there's something every week, but it's less of a time commitment, less of a financial commitment. And so you get a weekly training, you get an implementation session, a coaching session, you get encouragement and support from me and various forms, audio file, email, things like that. And it's really an exciting thing to watch form. And if you become a founding member, not only do you get special founding member prices, but you get a say in how I build this. So, maybe there are certain topics that you want trainings on, and you'll get to choose that. And so, uh, if you want to know more, reach out to me. Right now, you can join for just $67 a month. And that's going up to 97, but I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? If you want to save money and get some extra bonuses and not have to make, payments every month, you can pay $497 for the year. And that gives you 2 free months. Plus, I'll give you some bonuses with that, including a one-on-one with me up to the first 10 people. And so reach out. I'll give you more information. There's no pressure. It's just that these founding member prices are going away. So hope that you, even if you're just curious, that you take me up on that. Hope you have an awesome rest of your Monday, and I will see you next time. Bye.